Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, your heart is a sun, and it shines as it opens.
Well, your heart is the sun, and it shines as it opens.
Yeah, your heart is the sun, and it shines as it opens.
Well, your heart is the sun, and it shines as it opens.
Yeah, your bones are the earth, and they sing with the mountains.
Well, your bones are the earth, and they sing with the mountains.
Yeah, your bones are the earth, and they sing with the mountains.
Well, your bones are the earth, and they sing with the mountains.
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
Your mind is a space that creates your horizon.
Well, your mind is a space that creates the horizon.
Your mind is a space that creates your horizon.
Well, your mind is a space that creates your horizon.
Say, why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
You know, you can feel it when you look inside. You know, you can feel it, and it's no surprise. Say, why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside? Inside, all of the world inside.
Hey there, I'm your host, Courtney Haumeister. I'm a writer and a teacher, and I'm here tonight with Ms. Maylin Gall. And Maylin, do you have something to say?
Welcome to the Anxiety Variety Show.
Welcome to the Anxiety Variety Show. Maylin, you can take that off, because we're about 6 feet apart, right? And we're outside and things, so I think that we're pretty safe. So tonight's show is really about creating more of a fun and friendly and creative relationship with anxiety. And that's really all about, that's everything that OKU and Create More Fearless is all about. And we're trying to kind of highlight all of the great programs that OKU and Create More Fearless have. There are workshops and there are activities that you can do, all on the website, all 100% free. And that's why you're watching tonight, is that you're gonna help keep all of that stuff free, right? So what kinds of things are they gonna see tonight, Maylin?
So we have a dancer, we have some writers, there are some singers, other people, there's poets, and so much more.
Right, right. And you're also going to see some collaborations between youth creators and adult creators. And they're all kind of focused around their anxiety and how anxiety kind of helps them create, right? So like, I've had anxiety kind of all my life, as long as I can remember. Do you ever have anxiety?
Well, I get stomach aches a lot, and I have a fear of shots, like a fear of needles. And
Kind of everybody does. FYI, so you're not alone.
yes, basically no one is not afraid of anything.
That's definitely true. Great point.
Like in TV shows, they always say that superheroes, like they pretend they don't have weaknesses, but then at some point in time in the movie or TV show, there's like their weakness that comes up, and it's usually kind of silly.
Right, like everybody has one, right? So like when you have anxiety, what are some of the things that you do to deal with it?
Well, I do art. I'm a gymnast. I draw, I write some short stories, and I do Google Docs with my friends. And I usually sometimes decorate my room. I like LED lights and Legos.
So how does doing all of those things, how does that make you feel?
Well, usually I don't have any more stomach aches, but there's one thing. It is that it always comes back because there's such a thing as getting rid of anxiety. It's still there, but there's a way you can help slowing it down.
Yeah, you can kind of live with it, right? Well, I think it is super cool that you do all that stuff, and I'm wondering if I could come play with your Lego sometimes. You know what? You can think about it. So you're going to see us just a few more times during tonight, but we really want to get the show rolling. So we're going to start off with a super cool dude. He was, multiple times, he was America's Slam Poetry Champion. He's Oregon's Poet Laureate. And what's his name?
His name is Anis MOJGANI.
Exactly.
Hello everyone, my name is Anis MOJGANI. I'm a poet and artist here in Portland, Oregon, and so thankful that I get to share some time with y'all for the Create More, Fear Less Anxiety variety show. Anxiety is a thing that is definitely part of my life. Maybe not as large as in some people's lives, maybe smaller as in some people's lives, but the thing that I try to hold on to when it comes to the things that at times make me anxious is the belief and understanding that anxiety is something that is part of so many people's lives. And in fact, I would warrant that every single person at some time or another is anxious. And at some time or another will be anxious. And that a big part of being human, I think, is learning how to not necessarily be less anxious, but getting a better understanding of oneself so that we know how to continue being ourselves in spite of being uncomfortable, in spite of being awkward, in spite of feeling and carrying our anxieties. And that's the thing that I think truly aids and strengthens me in those moments and times and days when my anxieties feel like they're getting the best of me. So I was going to share with y'all a poem here. This is called Shake the Dust. This is for the fat girls. This is for the little brothers. This is for the schoolyard wimps and for the childhood bullies who tormented them. For the former prom queen and for the milk crate ball players, for the nighttime cereal eaters and for the retired elderly Walmart store front door greeters. Shake the dust. This is for the benches and the people sitting upon them. For the bus drivers driving a million broken hymns, for the men who have to hold down 3 jobs simply to hold up their children, for the nighttime schoolers and for the midnight bike riders who are trying to fly. Shake the dust. This is for the 2-year-olds who cannot be understood because they speak half English and half God. Shake the dust. For the boys with the beautiful sisters, shake the dust. For the girls with the brothers who are going crazy. For the ones who are going out of their minds. For those gym class wallflowers and the 12-year-olds afraid of taking public showers. For the kid who's always late to class because they forget the combination to their lockers. For the one who loves somebody else, shake the dust. This is for the hard men who want love but know that it won't come. For the ones who are forgotten, the ones the amendments do not stand up for the ones who are told, speak only when you are spoken to, and then are never spoken to. Speak every time you stand, so you do not forget yourself. Do not forget yourself. Do not let one moment go by that doesn't remind you that your hearts beat thousands of times every single day, and that there are enough gallons of blood to make every one of us oceans. Do not settle for letting these waves settle and for the dust to collect in your veins. This is for the tired and for the dreamers, for those families with fast food and sofa beds and oven-burnt dinners, for the bigots, for the sexists, for the killers, for the big house jail sentence cats becoming redeemers, and for the springtime that always seems to know to show up after every one of our winters. This is for you. Make sure that by the time the fisherman returns, you are gone. Because just like the days, I burn at both ends, and every time I write, every time I open my eyes, I'm cutting out parts of myself just to give them to you. So shake the dust and take me with you when you do, for none of this is for me. All that pushes and pulls and pushes and pulls, it pushes for you. So grab this world by its clothespins and shake it out again and jump on top and take it for a spin, and when you hop off, shake it again, for this is yours. Make my words worth something. Make this more than just another poem that I write, more than just another poem, like just another night that sits heavy above every one of us. Walk into it, breathe it in, let it crash through the halls of your arms like the millions of years of millions of poets coursing like blood, pumping and pushing, making you live, shaking the dust, so when the world knocks at your front door, clutch the knob tightly, but then open on up. And run forward, as far as you must, as fast as you can, into its widespread greeting arms, with your hands outstretched before you, fingertips trembling though they may be. Thank you all very much. I hope this finds you well.
I believe that, really being open and honest and receptive, are tools that I use in my everyday practice and that I try and share with youth in both the classroom setting or at a performance or wherever I am, as I'm mentoring them, really just being open to, what creativity comes from you naturally. I believe we're all naturally creative beings, and so to open yourselves up to access that innate creativity is something that I always encourage, and then also listening to the world around you and listening to the voices around you, listening to the messages around you, because that can inform, both healing for yourself as well as what messages you can send out and share with the world, and then I believe, action is also important. I think you can believe and you can think and you can hope, and you also need to put action to those inspirations, so I really encourage our youth to be open, receptive to their creativity, to listen and learn from the world around them, and then to act on inspiration.
I've got my little worry animals here. Got 3 of them. Yellow and 2 pinks.
Very soft.
A cute little tile that reminds me of my grandparents' outlet covers and reminds me of my creativity. And I think I'm gonna add a photo of my dog because it reminds me of my dog. My heart from my kinder buddy a few years back, because it reminds me of being in person, and maybe add a little cat sticker because it makes me laugh. I think I might add this drawing of my friend's dog that they drew for me, because it reminds me of dogs and that I love animals. Maybe add my drawing of not myself, just a cute drawing of a girl, because I like to draw. I might add some more stickers and maybe some other art stuff, and maybe this cute little fidget that I made out of these cute little slidey blocks, because they slide apart and you can slide them right back into place.
Very cool.
Okay. Are you ready, Lydia?
I am ready. So, having been inspired by my favorite person, Hadley, who has the greatest hair in the whole world, I painted a box for my worry kit. And if you look behind Hadley, you see some of what I was inspired by, but also Hadley made me something that was black and white and sent it to me, which was my inspiration for the box. And in my worry kit, it's a little dorky, but I made some little worry creatures. And this is an example of a worry creature. It's an iguana person. And for each worry creature, I made a little tiny story that will go in the worry box. And I'll give you an example of a little tiny story. Here's a different skirt for the iguana creature. But here's the story. Greetings from iguana creature. I love to wear men's ties and men's suit coats with skirts because who cares about gender? Sometimes I run around naked like a wonderful small dragon. I have the spirit of a true survivor. In fact, I have extra survival strength that I will share with you if you ever need it. So call on me when you need survivor strength, and I am here, and we can run around naked and scare everyone. So that's just an example, and I made a couple other creatures. Here's a cat creature, and there's a frog creature and a snake lady creature, and they're just going to go inside the worry kit with their teeny tiny little stories, and a person could just use them when they need them. And I was inspired by Hadley's fuzzy, soft little bunny creature and her little monster creature with the gray fur. And we really both know how to help ourselves feel stronger by making art and hanging out with other art people.
Hey there, I'm Crystal, and I use dance to deal with my anxiety. And the way that I do that is that when I'm feeling really anxious or overwhelmed, I try to move with those feelings. And this helps me in a few ways. For one, it helps to just release whatever physical tension I might be feeling in my body. And it also helps to quiet my mind because I'm paying attention to my body and to my body's sensations and to what I'm doing. And then it's also a big source of creative inspiration. I think all those thoughts and feelings and all that tension in my body, it really wants to move. It really wants to shift. And so if I let the gestures come, if I just shake whatever I need to do, I find that more and more kind of inspiration comes. So the deeper that I listen, the more freedom that I give myself to express whatever I need to with physical movement, the more I find it to be a very amazing imaginative space, actually. And so that's something I'm really grateful for. And often I will videotape these sessions because it kind of helps me to have a witness. It keeps me moving. It keeps my attention on what I'm doing. And then I get to watch them later. And sometimes I'll even make art out of what comes through. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
OKU has amazing creative activities and resources that are right now 100% free, and anyone can use them. People across the country are using them, and you can help keep them free. You just have to donate money. And there's a website that you can go to, and you can do that. I don't want to be pushy. I want to be kind of subtle about it. So I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you what that website is. You should, but maybe Google it. You could Google what that website is, and then maybe give.
Hey everybody, hi audience, I'm Gary HIRSCH. I'm an artist and improviser, and this is my good friend Hugo. who is my good friend as of recently and an amazing storyteller. We are so excited to be here with you guys today. Hugo, would you want to describe kind of how we've been working and what we've been doing up until this point?
Yeah, so basically we have been like just creating these stories. So we write down or like draw a character. And so basically we're creating stories for that character for the Anxiety Variety Show.
We are going to tell a new story from a character you've never seen. That is our character. Okay, so Hugo, because you're an amazing improviser, what is this character's name?
Tommy.
Tommy, right on. And Tommy is afraid of something. One of Tommy's fears is what?
He has these really bad nightmares, so every night he's kind of afraid to just go sleep.
Right on. Okay, so we'll start our story right there. Once upon a time, there was someone named Tommy, and every night he would have these terrible nightmares. So he actually was afraid to go to sleep. But one night, what happened?
One night, he fell into a really deep sleep and had a nightmare where he met all of his thoughts. Worry, anxiety, and scariness.
So he met were these characters, worry, anxiety, and scariness, like they were actual characters in his nightmares? Yeah.
He met them. So basically, so they were kind of in his head from then on all the time, like telling him a bunch of stuff, like something might happen or something bad about himself.
So even after he woke up, these they were still in his head. Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Well, so he would walk around with these characters of worry and anxiety and scared in his head. Sounds really scary. And because of that, what would happen for him?
He would walk around everywhere feeling unconfident and awkward and just like depressed. And he thought that there was no way to treat it.
Wow. But one day, what happened?
One day, he saw a medicine that he thought could help. So he took it, but nothing happened. They were still there. But Tommy was a very smart guy. So he got a bunch of supplies and tried to make a new medicine to get those things away.
All right. And there was one secret ingredient you would never expect to be in this new medicine. What was it?
The one secret ingredient was happiness.
Yeah.
So he went and searched and searched and searched and searched for happiness. He looked around the corner of every block. He even went on to a waterfall, but he couldn't find anything.
Well, because of that, where did he find happiness? He finally found it. Where was it?
But one day, he climbed up a really, really, really tall mountain and looked everywhere. But he didn't see anything except for the river and the cliffs and people talking, and they were all happy. That made him feel kind of happy. Then he realized that the secret ingredient of happiness was really all he needed all along.
And he already had it inside of him?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And because of that, what happened?
And because of that, he just tried to live out the rest of his days being happy and trying to feel good about himself and say good things like even though these guys are still here telling me bad things, I have happiness and friends and family and everybody to just support me so that I can be happy and block these things out.
So those nightmare characters that stayed with him, but he was able to live with them? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So instead of like constantly trying to block them out. You just have to try to live with them, but not live with them completely. Like living with them, but in a good way, if that makes sense.
Makes sense to me. So how does our story end? What happens with Tommy and these nightmare characters and his newfound happiness?
Tommy visited that same place every day in case he wasn't feeling good at some points. And he was just happy all the time. And he accepted that those would be in his life forever, because they always come around at one point. But when they come around, it's good to be prepared. And it happens and then it's gone. It's not going to last forever.
So he goes up to that mountaintop and he has these thoughts, and this happens every day. So what is the lesson or the moral of our story?
The moral of the story is, if you're anxious or depressed or worried, you just need to try to find some sort of happiness in life, because you don't really want to live like that forever. Like you don't at all. And
Right.
so if you live with happiness, it's like one feeling to kind of balance it all out, like a seesaw.
It's like a seesaw.
Yeah, like you have to balance everything out so that there's not too much bad, but there can never be too much good. Like, it's impossible.
That is a wonderful way to end our story. Hugo, if I could give you a high five for real, I would, but can I give you one just through this camera? Boom.
My name is Lily Zeller and I'm from New York City. I chose this song that I wrote called Stars Don't Shine because it shows people with anxiety that it's okay not to be happy all the time, because you need to be sad sometimes to be happy. Stars don't shine without the darkness. We don't go away because we're blinded by light. We run into glass when we close our eyes. Can't look at the sun because it's too bright. Galaxies in my head, my knowledge is lost, and then my thoughts are next. It's against my philosophy. Music drifts into my world, my ground shakes beneath my feet, my thoughts go crazy. I'm running out of time. Stars don't shine without the darkness. We don't turn away because we're blinded by lights. We run into glass when we close our eyes. Can't look at the sun cause it's too bright. Sometimes we do things that hurt for a while, but after all is said and done, I always remember to keep a smile. That tickle in my brain to test if I'm okay. In the long run, it's been a long, long, long day. Stars don't shine without the darkness. We don't go away cause we're blinded by the light. We run into things when we close our eyes. Can't look at the sun cause it's too bright.
I'm just here to, I don't know, I'm just kind of dreaming. Like, I wish, wouldn't it be amazing if you really wanted to give to OKU and Create More Fear Less, like on a monthly basis, and it just sort of came out of your account, like automatically, like sort of like Hulu, but like less than Hulu, like half of what Hulu costs. And we all just forget anyway. There's, you know, all those places where you just tell them like, yeah, I want to join for free. And then you forget. Like, I do that all the time. So what if it was just something like that? Like, I just wish, I wish wish there was a way that you could do that. Just give to this amazing program that you believe in so much. Ugh! Why? Why? Ugh.
Hello everyone, my name's Emmett, and I'm a guitarist and a high school student here in Portland, and I, like many of you, have anxiety. And I thought I would talk to you a little bit about how that relates to music, because that's one of the things I enjoy doing. And I thought that often, in classical music in particular, which is what I play, when interpreting new music, reading through the scores, things like that, the sense of the imagination that often goes hand in hand with anxiety is very useful, because it allows you to sort of interpret the music in a new way, maybe a different way than how it was previously interpreted. And that can be really interesting and exciting when people listen to the music. That's something people often like. So yeah, that's the biggest way I think that it influences the music that I play. So I thought I'd go ahead and play a little bit for you guys. This is Villalobos's third prelude. Okay, everyone. Thank you. I hope everyone's doing well, staying safe. Bye.
One of my favorite things that I made was the ugliest drawing that we made. And I really liked it because it didn't really turn out good, but I liked it. What I like about Kramer for Less is how I'm with all my friends and we make a whole bunch of projects, and I get to talk to my friends and talk to Jelly, and yeah. Jelly, she's in our group and she's really nice, and I like how she's just funny and a really great person.
I think that we should be supporting young people. I mean, I think about it in the same ways that I'm kind of showing up for myself, in that I just try to listen to myself and what I need and be understanding. And so that's kind of the same thing I try to do with young people. Just listen to what they need. I think about the creative potential of the anxious mind as huge, because I've had a lot of anxiety and I think there's just so much energy there. And I think that there can be like kind of a wall when you're working with anxious energy. But if you can know what you're working with and maybe get past the wall, I think there's so much energy there. And if you can harness it and learn to work with it, that there's huge potential in working with anxious energy creatively.
It makes me feel great because usually I do not like making stuff, but it actually makes me feel great making things in our group.
Here's the amazing thing. Anyone who joins the Anxiety Society tonight has the capacity to win all of these amazing prizes. What are they? Well, first we have this painting by Liz Borowski. It's called Rainbow Portal. And look at the beautiful colors and this sort of double rainbow sort of business. What does that mean? What does double rainbow mean? It's a question we've been asking for the ages. So here we have gift certificates from Hot Lips Pizza, which you'll see Maylin modeling beautifully over here. Is it good? It's delicious. We have a bot joy kit. Gary Hirsch creates bots that give joy to people all over the world, and you can create your own bots that help you deal with things like anxiety. And are you nervous about like a job interview? You can have a bot that has a cool suit on that you want to wear, right? And then this, we've got our, what we like to call our Anxiety Book Club Starter Kit with books by LIDIA YUKNAVITCH, Pity Party by Kathleen Lane, signed copies, and you can also get a signed copy of this. It'll be a nicer version of this book by Courtney Hameister, Okay Fine Whatever. And also what you can get, if you have to join the Anxiety Society tonight, you'll be entered to win a humorous memoir workshop for 4 people of your choice. I would, if I were you, I'd invite people that you like, but you can also invite your enemies if you want to. It's all up to you. So all of these things, do you think that they should probably join? That it's a good idea? I mean, Maylin thinks it's a great idea. She's not embarrassed behind her pizza at all.
This is my shark buddy, Wilson. I made him to eat up all my fears and worries. One of my favorite things about him is he has a really big mouth.
My name is Hazel, and I'm a fearless leader.
Hi, my name is Jaden, and I'm 10 years old.
My name is Frankie.
My name is Bella.
My name is Effie. I have 3 cats.
When I feel worried, it feels like something's pinching or stinging in my brain or head.
When I get very stressed, I hurt here, like in my belly.
Create More Fearless helped me realize that I wasn't alone.
It helps me feel more social and safe.
With this program, it's made anxiety less of a big deal in my life. If I have a worry that's taking over, I use some of the activities like making my worry into a figure that I can look at, which are not part of me anymore.
If I do art, I can feel it spilling out of my fingertips. My worries and all that stuff is taken from my body and then put on like a piece of paper.
It's really important for our worries to be heard and to have a community out there so we can connect with others about our worries and not feel as alone.
Create more, fear less.
So I know that we've been asking you to give a lot tonight, and I just wanted to talk briefly about what the organization sort of means to me and why I wish this organization existed when I was a kid. And I was what you would call a high-strung kid or a nervous kid. And what I didn't realize is while that was happening, I was creating neural pathways in my head. My brain was creating them for me, and they're sort of like thinking habits, right? And there were these ruts that always led to worst case scenariosville, right? It was always where my brain went. And it really helped me create, I had a great imagination, right? Because coming up with those scenarios isn't easy. And so that's sort of a gift that anxiety gave me, but that's where my brain went. And what this organization does is similar to this kind of trick that a therapist taught me a few years ago. And that's through these creative activities, through writing and dance and art. It's helping kids to see the world through a different lens, and to actually, it helps you create new neural pathways. And when you do that, it's very difficult the first time you do it. Like, just imagine that you're walking through a field and the grass is this tall, and it's really hard to get through. But the more you work at it, the second time you go in, you've got some clippers with you. And the third time you go in, maybe you brought a friend who has a machete, which is weird that they happen to have one, but they just whack that grass away. And you can start to really see the path. And then the next time you might bring another friend, and they've got one of those big John Deere rototiller things, and suddenly there's a road in front of you, and it's leading where you want to go. Right? And if I would have had that, it would have changed my whole life. And my ruts would have been ruts that I made, right? And so you can move forward in your life walking on paths that you created and not the bullies in your head. And your anxiety is still with you, but like they're along for the ride, but they just don't get to drive anymore, right? And this is what we're doing for kids. So if you were ever a kid like me, or if you have kids like me, or you know kids like me, or you're an adult like me who didn't get to have that gift, then give. And you can join the Anxiety Society. It'll come out of your account once a month. You can give one time. Just give whatever you can to help keep these programs free for kids all across the country. And let's spread it around the world, and so kids can start walking their own paths from the very beginning.
I've chosen a song called The Rainbow Song, and it's a song that was, actually a classic children's song that I kind of put my own little twist to, and really with the intention of celebrating, all people and every person, whomever they might be, So I hope you'll sing along, I hope you'll enjoy, and The Rainbow Song, all right? So check it out. Of all the many colors that we see, there's none as colorful as you and me. And when we work together, then there's peace. And we can be like rainbow colors, perfect unity. Oh, red and yellow and pink and green, purple, orange and blue. I can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow too. Listen with your eyes, and sing every everything you see. You can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow too. You know we can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow too. So come on, paint a rainbow in the sky. Or you can paint a rainbow in your mind. We know all the colors they want to fly. So come on, let your light shine every time. Let it shine, shine, let it shine, shine, let it shine, 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 shine. Red and yellow, pink and green, purple and orange and blue. I can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow too. You know you can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow too. Oh, come on, let the rainbow in the sky, yeah. You can paint a rainbow in your mind. We know all the colors they want to fly. So come on, let your light shine every time. Let it shine, 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 shine. You can shine, 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 shine. Hey, you can let your light shine. Oh yeah, come on and let your light shine every time. You can let your light shine. Oh yeah, come on and let your light shine every time. You can shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh yeah, you can shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, yeah. Oh, 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 yeah. Yeah. Come on and let your light shine there, everywhere, yeah, yeah, yeah. Every day, every way. Oh yeah, not only today, every day, hey, hey, let it go. Oh, oh yeah, yeah. We got red and yellow and pink and green, purple and orange and blue. I can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow too. You know you can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow too. You know we can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow too. Right on, yeah. Hey, so let your light shine every day and every way, all right? I'm Aaron Nigel Smith. It's peace and love every time, all right? Peace.
I think that art just kind of gave me a way to like relax and to just kind of get a feel for my emotions, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, it kind of always calmed me down. Even if I didn't realize that I was like super like stressed out and I wasn't like feeling my best, it always like helped me to just, I don't know, like calm down.
With our time together, we made 2 different zines, and we drew characters for different emotions. And each emotion, we prescribed a color. And what was cool about that is that every time we colored a color out, we picked the same one. All right, we ready to show?
Yeah. So here's my emotions. I did a little little guys. I'm gonna turn down my light so you guys can see it better.
Oh, thank you.
Then here's anxious. Here's excited. Here's happy. And here's overwhelmed. Here's anger. And here's tired.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I love it. Okay, and then mine are little emojis. So there's my emo, there's my anxious, ooh, and excited, and happy, overwhelmed, angry, and tired, and then the back. Frankie, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's been fun.
This is awesome.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us. Thank you to our Anxiety Society members. Thank you to our sponsors. Wyden and Kennedy brought this show to you tonight. The Northwest Anxiety Institute. Who else is a sponsor?
The Good.
The Good. I want to thank Maylin for creating these amazing signs and being so subtle about getting people to join. Who else do we want to thank? Oh my gosh.
The performers.
The performers. Thank you so much to the performers and the collaborators. Please go to oku.org anytime, and they're amazing workshops. They're amazing activities for you to do. Anyone who has anxiety can benefit from these activities. And definitely stick around because there's a Q&A with all of the artists after this, and we're going to throw up a Zoom link so that you can go directly to ask them any question that you want to ask. So thank you so much, and we'll see you again. Say goodbye.
Bye.
She does everything I tell her to. Everything. It's weird.